Hello, this is Tom from Never Center, and in this video I'm going to show you the new things we've added for you in Pixelmash 2025.1. And to get started, I've just got this file loaded that has these two different layers. That's got this tank of liquid and then sort of thing that holds this together in this sort of pod that contains some alien or something, I'm sure. Let me go to the tank layer to show what we've added for the dither effect, which is now much more powerful than it was previously. So we've got the same drop down with the dither style with these built-in different dither patterns, or you can choose a custom file that has your custom defined dither pattern. But what we've added is this blend mode and amount slider. So with the blend mode, you can now do all these different sort of Photoshop style blend modes, which will affect how the dither pattern and the color that you specify work with the underlying layer. So previously it was just basically the standard one. You can see with the amount slider you can fade it in and out, and that of itself is very handy. But then you can start doing complex things. If I select some sort of color, like let's do purple just to see what that does with the different blend modes, then for the different screen and overlay and hue and add, all these things, you can see they interact with the layer differently. And a lot of it, if you don't fully understand all the algorithms underneath all of these different blend modes, a lot of it's going to be trial and error. So you can see, like with this purple, with the add, it adds this purple and you see it more in the dark pixels, but in the light pixels or where it goes white, it doesn't really do anything. And multiply is a little bit the inverse of that, and so you can get different cool effects. Let's set this for like let's set this to an orange color and see what we can do with different things. So as I slide the amount slider in and out, and try darken where it will only affect pixels where it actually is going to make it darker. You can see, anyway, lots of ways to play with this. But let's put this on just screen, and let's go to random. This can be a nice way, and you can turn down the effect to just sort of get like a milky kind of look to the liquid in there. Let's try it with different colors. There's a darkening or adding red if you want to add. Let's go back to that purple. Anyway, you get the point. Now let me show you another layer effect that we've added quite a bit of control to, and I'm just going to put this back down to a very low value, and that is the Colorize effect. Now previously we had, it wasn't called blend mode, but basically you could choose between standard and hue. But now, let me get rid of that dither so we can see this full drop down. Now we've got all of the, again, the sort of Photoshop style layer effects built into this. So that just gives you much more control over the style that you can get when you colorize something, basically. And this can be especially handy on a master layer. If I've got this asset and I want, I've got this asset and I want different versions of it for different levels. So if I add the Colorize effect back in, and let's put it to like a green, you can see with the standard blend mode, I mean, I could adjust the level of this to sort of make it more green, or I could go to hue, and those are fine, but they're limited. And so you can see something with like like the multiply layer effect, or the blend mode, for example. This lets it sort of give a cool glowing dark color when you've got some of these, or soft light, hard light, darken, overlay does some really interesting things. And again, you just play with these colors, but you can see how many different assets you can make with the control that this gives you with these different blend modes. So that's really neat. Another thing that we've added that is very handy is before, if you had a layer effect that you really liked, say I was on the tank and I had like some sort of dither and I had figured it out and had it really nice in some way that I wanted it, but then I wanted to copy it to a different layer. Previously you could copy the entire layer effects from a layer to another layer using the menu items, but now we've added a right click where I can just right click and copy effect, and then I can go to a different layer and right click and paste effect, and it will paste that exact same effect onto there. So that's very handy. Also in this release there are several bug fixes and just workflow things like one of them, for example, that was often annoying is that if you had a few different layer effects, and this was like, you know, scrolling down, so you had enough layer effects where you had to scroll. If you would change some layer effect and then you would hit undo, previously it would, as I hit undo on this, it would scroll back up to the top every time you hit undo or redo, and we've made that so that doesn't happen anymore. So anyway, a bunch of little things like that that just you'll notice like, oh, there's this annoying thing that now is fixed. So we hope that you'll find much to love in this. Let us know in the comments what you'd like us to expand or add next, and we look forward to seeing what you create. Thanks.